So I want everybody in this room to imagine one thing that you think you're bad at. Anything, just one thing that whether you don't feel confident in it, whether it's a big concept or a tiny detail, just one single thing that you don't think you're good at. Now imagine if you were tested on that every single day of your life. Every day, that is what people saw you, and that's how you saw yourself. That is where my story begins. So in first grade, I don't remember much, but I do remember being brought into this big, scary office. I was handed a test, and I was timed. Little did I know that this was a test to see if I had a learning disability. Turns out I'm dyslexic. Now, all through elementary school, I remember being, pulled out of class to work one-on-one with a teacher that specialized in learning disabilities. And I hated this. I did not find it fun at all. And I felt so different from the other kids. I felt like there was something wrong with me, that I was, special needs, or I was stupid, or, I was embarrassed. Now, when that bell rang at 3:10, I got to go home. And when I mean home, I mean the dance studio. Now, I got to leap and twirl and do all these things that I didn't think I could do. And I was so smart there. I was a genius there. That was my genius. I got to forget about what kind of day I had at school and just, do me. Now, throughout elementary school, this happened, and towards 5th and 6th grade, that was the start of middle school for here at CA. And the school got harder, and the dance, nights, I started dancing 4 or 5 days a week. And I felt like I was struggling like a lot. Now, 7th grade was really hard for me in a lot of different ways. 7th grade was the year that school got even more harder and grades got more important. Now, so did dance. Dance, I started dancing 6 days a week, and I was moving up in my company. Now, it started to become where if I got a bad grade at school or if I had a lot of homework, I couldn't go to dance. I was restricted. And I'm now realizing how bad of a decision that was, because it was all work and no fun. It was all, I had to do something that I wasn't good at and something that made me sad, and I couldn't do what I loved. Now, towards the end of 7th grade and all of 8th grade, I am now having to learn how to love myself unconditionally. And even though I'm not great at school, it doesn't mean I'm not good at anything. I'm still a genius, just in my own way. Now, I hate the word stupid for a lot of different reasons. Actually, when I was younger, my dad, he taught me I'm only allowed to say the word stupid when I was talking about drugs or Michigan. I definitely grew up in Columbus, Ohio. Now, I hate this word for a lot of different reasons. And I hate it because it's only directed at school. It's only if you get bad grades, then you're stupid, right? So stupid is only if you're bad at school. So school is the only thing you can be good at. In order not to be stupid, you have to be good at school. So is that the only thing that we can be geniuses at? Is that the only way to be a genius? Now, I'm sure a lot of you have heard many different analogies of animals being told to do something that they don't normally do or they're not necessarily built to do. For example, Albert Einstein once said, if you tell a fish to climb a tree, it'll spend its whole life thinking that it is an idiot. This is basically the schooling system. We're all forced to sit in straight lines, raise your hand if we want to speak. We're forced to think the same, at the same pace, at the same time, the same way, and our brains work differently. That just doesn't really make sense. My whole life, I kind of felt like a fish being asked to climb a tree. When I found dance, it was something that I was being asked to swim. I was a fish being asked to swim. It just clicked. It was my way of not only expressing myself, but getting my mind off of everything. I also don't really like grades very much, not just because I don't get good ones, but because it's a funny concept. If I fail a test or anything, does that mean I'm a failure at everything? Does that mean I failed to learn the information? Does that mean I failed to memorize it? Also, motivation. What are students' motivation nowadays? Is it, I just need to pass this test or just to get a B on this test and then my quarter grade will be blank and, everything will be fine? What if we actually wanted to learn the information? What if we actually had a passion about it? I go to dance because I want to learn how to dance. I want to get better. I want to express myself. I want to go. Are we only going to school to get good grades? Now, the title of my talk is Everyone's a Genius, which is something I truly believe in. I think that everyone is a genius in their own way. I think that everyone is good at something. Just because you can't do what the person next to you is sitting quite as well, it doesn't mean you're stupid. It doesn't mean you're not as good as them. You just have your own talents. You're just different geniuses. Now, you are powerful and you're strong, and no matter how you think about yourself, how other people think of you, how other people look at you, it doesn't matter. Because you're a genius, I'm a genius, and everyone is a genius. Find your genius, grab it, and run with it. Thank you for your time.